Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. Welcome to the Four Walls podcast. Today I have Navlaj with me.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule and coming to join us. I'm really excited. So let's get
No,
started
thank you for
with
having me.
yes. So what has been your favorite or one of your favorite travel experiences so far?
One of my favorite travel experiences, I think I would have to say when I was I think I was 12
Mm,
or 13. I don't remember, but it was my first time going to Nigeria. My mom's from Dominican Republic and my dad's from Nigeria. So, my aunt from my dad's side made it a mission that for me to go to Nigeria and someone's always getting married. So there's always a wedding to go to, stuff like that. So, yeah, my first time going to Nigeria was just it was a culture shock for me. Um, as a kid, I always went to Dominican Republic every summer as a kid, so there was some similarities, but Nigeria is its own entity, honestly. So it was so cool just being 12, 13, I think, and just being in Nigeria. It was fun.
What do you remember specifically, like when you got there that was just like, whoa, I'm not in America anymore?
I think it was the driving. The driving, people just were not, they had no fear when it came to crossing the street. If they were trying to sell something, they were just stopping in front of cars. And to me, that was pretty intense, but I was like, hey, I guess they're doing what they got to do. But yeah, just the driving and just how people moved about their day. Like everyone always has something to do. Where I was staying, it was kind of like the city, but like the outskirts.
Mm.
And that was kind of like one of the first times I seen somebody put a big load of maybe 5 to 10 gallons of water on their head. Like to me, that was something so crazy because I was like, wow, like the strength, and they have a baby on their back. So it's like, talk about humanity, like talk
Yeah.
about all the stuff that
Perseverance,
they had to do. And for me,
everything.
that was just crazy to see perseverance and the resilience. And just I was in my head as a kid, I'm trying to navigate experiencing my Nigerian grandparents in America, experiencing my Nigerian grandparents in Nigeria times 10, because everybody around them is just like them. So it was just like my grandparents on steroids, and just the culture and the food. It was amazing. It was great. Like looking back now, I was a little bit scared because I was away from home for that long of a time and the time difference and stuff like that. But being with my family, I was comfortable, and as long as I was eating good food, I was fine.
I
Yeah,
feel like that's always it. As long as there's some good food, you can kind of make or break any vacation.
definitely, for sure.
I bet the food out there. I had my friend Eki come on earlier, and she's also Nigerian. So she was like, the food you get in Nigeria, even if you get Nigerian food in the States, it's never the same. We're like, yes.
Especially when it's a jollof, like in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the jollof is nice and smoky. Like it's
Mm.
smoky, um, and it has like that spice and that flavor. No offense, no
None
offense to the
taken.
people around here. Um, but I'm sure like the ingredients aren't the same, and they're trying their best to make the jollof the best jollof that they can. And I just miss that smokiness. You don't really get a lot of smoky jollof in the States. Well, I haven't experienced it. I mean, even when my aunt cooks jollof rice, like it's not smoky, but that smokiness and just I don't know, it's like earthy, and just I love me some spicy food. So the smokiness with the spice, Jesus,
Oh,
amazing. So good.
I'm so excited to taste it. Like the way everyone talks about it, I'm like, yeah, let me just. The moment my feet touch down in
It's
Nigeria,
definitely basic. No,
it's basically.
definitely. It's definitely one of the more basic, it's basically
Mm,
one of the more basic dishes, but it's so simplistic and so rich that it's like something that, a person who's never tried Nigerian food, that's one of the things they should try to just ease their way in. And
mm,
then that's when you go with the egusi, the efo,
mm.
the all the stuff, the orishi rishi, all the good stuff.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I'm hungry now. So you also went to Nigeria this year. Have you been between the times a bunch, or was that your second time going this year?
So this past year, it was my third time going. So I went twice when I was younger. I think I was 11. No, I was like 12 or 11 and then 13. Both were weddings because my people love to get married in a stylish, extravagant, elegant way.
They always look
Um,
so
but yeah,
beautiful.
this past year again, I know it's just the color coordination. For me, it's the Ashobi. That's kind of I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's What is it? Like the clothes that they wear that are very coordinated and they wear the same
Mhm.
color, and it's just really beautiful. But I went, what was it, February for a wedding. It was my cousin's wedding, of course. Everyone, you gotta travel for a wedding. Like if you're not
Mhm.
traveling for a wedding, well, people gotta experience that. But yeah, going to Nigeria in February was really fun. Like this was like my first time going as an adult
Mhm.
and just kind of experiencing it in a new lens of like what I've known and what I experienced and just comparing it to my other experiences. Like when I was a kid, I was a little bit more shy and more timid when it came to just like asking
Mm.
about certain things. This time around, like I learned a lot and um I've always known the government wasn't the best, but like going there and going to my aunt's house and like she essentially has to pay for everything. Like if the light goes out, like the government doesn't really pay for the light, they kind of just share it. Like if you don't have a
Mhm.
generator, you're kind of just living off the rotation of light sharing, especially like in the more rocky areas. Ado Ekiti, like it's more mountainy, so they have to like
Mhm.
mine holes in order to get to the water. Like if you want to build your house, there's no water system, you have to
Oh,
dig it
wow.
and build it. And sometimes if your water runs out, sometimes it's not, you didn't dig deep enough, so you have to call somebody to come over. It's a hassle. And that's just like in the Rocky area.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was really eye-opening and just like, thinking of my little self and like my current self, I'm like, wow, like that was such a impactful experience. Especially like I think the second time I went to Nigeria, that's when I decided to go natural. Like, I had relaxers in my hair my whole life. Well,
Mhm.
up until I was like 12, 13. And it wasn't until I went to Nigeria and one of my aunts was telling me, like, we were talking about hair, and I noticed a lot of the little girls, they were just running around bald headed. I was like, okay. And my aunt, she had just like shaved her head. And I was talking to her, and she was like, you should go natural. Like, I just shaved my head. Like, my sister, she has locks. Like, just go natural. And I was just in the essence of just like everything around me was natural. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm not going to get a relaxer anymore. So, going to Nigeria really kind of impacted my natural hair journey, like when I was 12 or 13 up until now. And if I never would have went to Nigeria, I probably would have never went natural. So that was like one of the experiences that I really hold close to my heart.
That's so beautiful. I'm so happy that you got to experience that and like go that route at such a young age, right? Like most people I feel like are going into that
No,
journey like at an
definitely.
older
Yeah.
age versus like when they're 12 or 10. That's so beautiful. It really makes it
No,
so
definitely.
it shows the importance of going to where your people are and where your family are at a young age, especially I feel like if you're all over the place. That's so beautiful.
No, definitely. Like, and it was such a contrasting experience because, going to Dominican Republic every summer, Dominican Republic was the place where I got my first relaxer. I got my first
Interesting.
relaxer, and it was just kind of like, for me, I didn't know what it was. I just thought my hair was always stiff as a kid.
Mhm.
But then it wasn't until like I was around like my Nigerian family, and then especially boom, going to Nigeria, realizing like the naturalness. And then in Dominican Republic, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of the Dominican blowout because they know how to pull that hair back with the heat to make it nice and stiff and nice and flowy and just burn your hair into straightness. So,
Oh,
and that was me as a kid. I was going to the salon every Sunday, every 3 months to get a touch up on my roots for the relaxer.
wow.
Definitely Dominican. Yeah, and like where I live in Lawrence, and it's like high dense Dominican population. There's a lot of salons on every corner. Everyone's getting their hair done. On Tuesdays, they get like $20 blowouts. Getting your hair done and going to a salon is very big in Dominican culture. So then going to Nigeria, where my hair was just so frizzy because of the humidity, I had to, like, they had to
Mhm.
do something with that. And then so happy my aunt told me about like, oh, go natural, go on YouTube. And I was like, oh my god, you're so right. So yeah, it's just so crazy how both my like cultures kind of contrast each other.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then how was it growing up? You said you went every summer to the Dominican Republic? Or like most summers?
Yeah. Yeah,
How
most
was
summers,
that?
yeah.
Like looking back on it, like that's such a blessing. Like looking back, like, oh, I got to spend my summers like in the DR with my family. And then most people are just like, oh, I stayed home.
No, literally, like I look back now and I'm like, wow, little kid me was out here, like traveling, doing what we gotta do.
Yes.
I remember my first time on a plane by myself. I was like 8 or 9, like on a plane
Dang.
by myself. My mom dropped me off. Oh, literally, she dropped me off at the airport. Little airline escort helped me, sat me in my seat, and I'm just there chilling next to this old couple. I'm like 8 years old, flying to DR. I'm like, yep, waiting for this tropical breeze to hit me. But yeah, honestly, if I never went to Dominican Republic every summer, I probably wouldn't know how to speak Spanish because that's all they spoke out there.
Mhm.
And like, people will make fun of me because I don't know how to speak Spanish, but then eventually I caught on. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I understand like 80% of what everyone's saying, and I could probably speak at like um. But yeah, yeah, going to Dominican Republic was every summer. I miss it. I think the last time I went to Dominican Republic was like 2019. But we were in the resort, so it wasn't anything. We weren't really
Mhm.
going into the pueblos and like the little cities and like the beachside stuff. We just kind of went to the resort, which is kind of like for me, it's just not the same. Like when we went to the resort, it just wasn't the same as the experience. You get picked up from the airport by your family. You got Dominican cheese in the back. You
Oh.
got sugar cane in the back, and you just munching
Mhm.
on it on your way to the house. Like that type of stuff. Like the culture,
Mhm.
like I really miss versus like going to the resort. It was just like I don't know.
Just the
It
resort.
didn't
No,
feel
I
like
would
Dominican Republic
be
going to the
yeah,
resort.
especially since you grew up there essentially like on summers and stuff. So you really know like the culture and the people there. And so just being on the resort side, you're probably just like, all right, these aren't my people. Like, or I could be on a resort anywhere right now,
No,
right?
definitely. And when I went to the resort, I was like, I don't know if I want to come back to the resort. Don't get me wrong, resorts are always fun, like obviously,
Hmm.
but it's just different experience. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like more for me. It's more nostalgic
Hmm.
being in like the inner city or just like on the countryside. Because it's called like we call it the campo, and it was so beautiful to go to the countryside. Like I took it for granted when I was a kid because that's what I see all the time. But
Hmm.
just everyone like living their life, being on a farm, sugarcane everywhere. You have limoncillos. It's like a green. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a seed, and you just crack it open, and it's like a beautiful, fleshy, like sweet
Is it kind of
ball of
like a
goodness. Like I don't know
grape
how to describe it.
inside? Like, would you almost like if you like peeled open a grape? Because I feel like
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of
yeah.
it. Because I think we had them in Puerto Rico.
Yes, canepas or something. They have different names. I
Hmm.
Puerto Rico. Yeah, I forget what they're called. But we call them limoncillos in DR.
Yes, I would eat those every day if I
Yeah,
could.
basically, no, honestly, and sometimes like Lawrence where I live, it's very Dominican. So like they have them at the
Mhm.
at the like little bodegas and stuff. And it's not the same. It's not the same. Like they're either sour or just
Mhm.
sour. They're just not like the real thing. Like I remember going to Dominican Republic and we should just be in the Rio, like be in the rivers all the time. Like just go to the rivers and chill. Go to the rivers, stepping on rocks, like
Mhm.
going through the jungle and like the forest to like find the river that's there. I remember my aunt like she took a piece of charcoal from like it was like a big mountainside of rock. She took a piece of charcoal from the mountainside and just brush her teeth. She's like, yeah, you can put it on your teeth. You can put it on your teeth. I'm like, what? You put it on your teeth? And then like down the stream, you see like a family like washing their clothes. So it was just kind of like it was a cool experience, just going to the Rio, like going to the rivers and eating food and wow. Wow, I miss Dominican Republic as a kid. It was so
That's so
fun.
beautiful. And that really opened up probably like your world because it's such a stark contrast to like what you would see here in America. So it's awesome that you got that experience at
Of
such a young
course,
age.
just
How would you say that
yes, thank you, thank
impacted
you. Shout out to
your travels now? Because you've been to Peru, Puerto Rico, do you see like it like made you more open to like putting yourself in like those situations or
definitely. I feel, even in college or high school or even now, just going to the airport. Going to the airport was, especially going to the Dominican Republic every summer, going to the airport was a strategy, was a thing. So going to the airport for me is something that's just like, okay, like I have the confidence to navigate this.
Mhm.
My first time on a plane by myself, I was 8. So, I think traveling at a young age really opened up a lot of like confidence for me to want to do a lot more things now that I'm an adult. And I just feel like without those experiences, I definitely would be more skeptical or kind of just be in a certain bubble that I feel like a lot
Mhm.
of Americans are in.
Mhm.
Of course, I'm American, but I just feel like when people go other places, they're like, oh, they have this there. Oh, they have phones. Oh, they have gas stations. Like, for me, I was like, yeah. Like even when I went to
Mhm.
Peru in college, we went to I forget where it was called,
Lima?
Las Flores.
Oh.
It was like outside Lima. Oh, Miraflores. We went to
Yeah.
Miraflores. And it's kind of like outside Lima, and but that was very kind of touristy. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't one of my mutual friends. She was going to school abroad there, so we just went to visit her. Like we're
Oh,
19. Like
fun.
yeah, let's go to Peru. And it was very like it was very nice. You could
Mhm.
tell like it's a lot of tourists are attracted there because like their sidewalks was polished. Like
Right?
the sidewalks were polished. Like it was clean. Like I don't know. I've never been to a place where their sidewalks are polished. Like, but I don't know. But it was really they had like a mall. It was like outside, and it was just very beautiful. And of course, I went to the little touristy areas. I think it's a place called Barranco. I'm not sure, but I feel like my next trip to Peru, I definitely want to go more into like the land and like see Machu Picchu and
Mhm.
stuff like that because when I'm 19, I'm just trying to party in Peru. So because who's not trying to party in Peru? Like, come
I
on.
know.
So,
I feel like if I had
but
not gone with my grandma to Peru, I definitely would be like, all right, so we gotta go out at least once.
no, literally, and it was lit. It was so lit. The drinks, I remember I paid like $9 for a big ass Long Island iced tea.
Well,
Obviously,
dang.
balling on the budget. So you're gonna get a Long Island, and it was so crazy. Like the clubs are crazy. It was just really fun. But now, since I'm in my adult era, I wanna like hike and shit and like see all the other stuff I haven't seen.
Yeah, I feel like you would really love going to Machu Picchu in Peru. Like that experience was so beautiful. It's just it feels so serene up there. Like you're just up there like, wow. Everything that I thought mattered just
Yeah.
kind of washed away.
Like yeah, my friend, she went to Machu Picchu and she's like recording herself and she's crying because it's so beautiful. I was like,
Mhm.
I need to go. Like I really need to go. And I feel like I'm in an era right now where I'm just trying to get my stuff together.
Mhm.
And once the pieces are together, like it's the moon. Like I'm going everywhere. Like I need to experience different areas, different continents, different climates, different people, because we're meant to explore, we're meant to mesh, we're meant to
Mhm.
like come together. And I just want to see, would love to see other people traveling, but I would love to like, converse with the people that actually already live there.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It like goes back to how you said, you grew up in the DR and then you went to the resort and it was like completely different. So I feel like that's kind of how it is when you go to like the touristy
Yeah.
areas of places and then like you explore past that where now you're like, "Ooh." Once you stop seeing people speak English in another country that's not when it's not their primary language, that's how you know you're officially out of the tourist zone. You're like, "Okay, I can actually like this is how, people live here." Like it's not like the fantasy they want you to see.
Yeah,
So
it's literally just fantasy, like what you're gonna go to an all-inclusive resort. And I don't know, like don't get me wrong, I love all-inclusive stuff and it
Mhm,
has its purpose, but I don't think that should be like the poster board for travel. Like because you're kind of just contained and still kind of controlled in a way because it's like, yeah, you can, sit here and lay and relax. Of course, that's beautiful to do.
mhm,
But then it's like, what else do you have to offer? Excursions that are kind of like, like,
mhm,
so it's for me, like when I went to Dominican Republic, we did like a little tourist excursion thing and they're talking about Mama Juana. I don't know. It was just very not what I knew. Like growing up in Dominican Republic, going to the resorts, and I'm like, okay, this must be the same. This must be similar in other countries. So I'm gonna like when I travel, I'm gonna look for like being in the local area or just like you said, being in places where they don't speak English because I have Google Translate on my phone. So
and where would you say so for someone that wants to go to the DR and they don't wanna stay in, like, a resort, do you know, like, a part of the island or somewhere that they could stay that would be, like, a good spot to go to?
Puerto Plata beautiful. It's north, I think.
Mhm,
You also have Las Terrenas. That's a beautiful place. Where else? Punta Cana is always a beautiful place. You know, Punta
mhm,
Cana, very beautiful. You have La Romana. That's very kind of touristy, but also very nice and cultural.
mhm,
Nagua. It's a nice little city or nice little town on the coast. Like it's
mhm.
very coast, like drive by, see beach everywhere.
Oh,
Um, and that's where some of my family stays, like in Nagua. So I like it there because you could just see the beach
mhm.
everywhere, and everyone's doing fish fries all the time. Fried fish on the beach, that's like a Dominican like staple, like fried fish with some limon.
I'm
So,
hungry.
so yeah,
I
La
need lunch.
Tejena. No, yes. Was it lunchtime over there? Yeah,
Yes, I know we're talking about all this really good food. I'm like, oh, all right, where do I go find this here?
I know.
That's one thing about LA though. I mean, it's never gonna be the same as when you get it in the real spot, but at least they got something that can semi satisfy that need.
For
That's so
sure.
cool though that they do like fish fries and stuff like just on the beach. And anyone can just come up and just be like, "Oh, here's this money." And like it's not just like a family thing, it's like
No,
they're actually
definitely.
selling it.
Yeah, they have like stands where you can just get fish fry, or a lot of people always go to the beach and just have their own little setup and just fry their own
Mhm.
fish. And it's very Dominicans are very like family oriented. So it's like even if you're a stranger, you're still considered like family, like
Oh.
kind of like that sharing,
Mhm.
like collective. It's more of like collectivism and other than like individualism over there.
Oh, I love that. I actually haven't been to the DR yet. Big on the yet. I'm gonna go one day. I need to.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
really beautiful. It's so beautiful.
yeah, and the way you're describing it just makes me want to go even more. But I feel like, it won't be the same experience, but just hearing the fact that you grew up and you were just going through the forest and you were just being a kid. You were a kid outside enjoying what nature has to provide. And I think that's so beautiful. So it's like, okay, maybe as an adult you can go there and kind of do the same thing.
Definitely, definitely. I plan to go again soon come. I think I want to do like half my time like with family, local stay, and then like the other half in a resort because, the resorts are beautiful.
Yeah. And after the journey you're going through, once you get those pieces together and you could go, it's a well-deserved rest for you. It is a well-deserved rest for you.
Yes, thank you.
So, Puerto Rico is where we met through Aisha's retreat.
Yes.
How did you come? Because was that your first retreat?
Yes, that was my first retreat.
And so how did you like decide like this is the one that I'm gonna go on?
Good question. So, one, I've never been to Puerto Rico before. Crazy to
Hmm.
say. Like, I never been to Puerto Rico before, and I was like, okay, this is a chance for me to go to Puerto Rico. And everything that Aisha was talking about or just presenting, I really connected with, and like frolicking and just being in
Hmm.
nature reminded me of just being a kid again, just being in that space. And even going to Puerto Rico was felt nostalgic because of like the noises and it's just like the silence of the night, but not so much silence. And, just meeting other women and connecting and kind of coming back to ourselves. And, I've been on
Hmm.
this journey of like trying to, heal my inner child and coming back to myself. So I feel like that retreat just came at such a good time. And I was like, I can do this. Like, I can go to Puerto Rico by myself. I can
Hmm.
meet a group of women that I've never met before by myself. I can, be vulnerable in a space with strangers and just, like being scared, but also doing it at the same time. Like, being a little bit uncomfortable or like all those things and all the things that she was talking about. I was like, yes, like this is it. And that's exactly what I got. I was a little nervous in the beginning because I was like, oh my
Hmm.
God, like I don't know anybody. But it was great, like just connecting with everybody and going through the experience and just being in the pool, and it was just such a good time. Like I'm so happy she set that up. Like and like I'm looking forward to another retreat. Like I'm trying to look at retreats online, but all the retreats I've been seeing, it's like when I can't go. So I'm just gonna have to find a retreat that is not gonna miss me because what's for me will never miss me.
Hmm.
So I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to other retreats and just traveling and just being like in that space. And like the bioluminescence tour, oh my god, that was so like beautiful. Like I loved
Oh,
it all. It was so great.
I know. At first, I was like, "Oh, we're about to be outside on this lake at night." I was a little worried. I said,
Yeah, I
"Oh,
was
we're
like,
gonna be in
"Ooh,
the
man,
dark."
yeah, but I see what they were trying. They were putting pieces together. I
The
see
vegan
what they were
was
trying to do with
there.
the nighttime.
At first, I was like, "All right, now, don't let them be no." I said, "What kind of animals are here? Because what's in the water that I cannot see?"
No, literally,
The part that got me, but it was
literally.
that really was such a beautiful thing, and just seeing like if for those who have never been to Puerto Rico, I would highly recommend doing a bioluminescence tour there. It's so
Oh yeah.
beautiful in the way that like every little stroke on your kayak, you're just like, wow, look at that blue. And it's just like I felt like it was the
Right,
stars coming down on us almost.
right, like a reflection or something. And
Hmm.
I had to blink. I was like, wait, hold on, let me do it again. Hold on, let me do it again. Like, let me like it was fun.
Yes, and then you could just see like the lines of it coming off of other people's canoes, so you could see where everyone was go. It was like
Exactly.
magical. I felt it was very magical. Like, how is this even? How are we doing this? And the food
Yeah, it
there,
was
people dog on vegan food, but let me say, the vegan food at where we were at, Finca something.
Finca Victoria. Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Finca Victoria in Via Quest, Puerto Rico. The
Mhm.
chefs that they have there 20 out of 10. 20 out of 10. It's so good. Like,
It was so good. Like, and I remember I messaged Aisha. I was like, "Hey, I'm a vegan. I just want to know like how the food's gonna be." She's like, "I got you. I got you." And usually when people say that, like they kind of just present a salad to me, and I'm like, "Do I look like I eat salads?" Like, yes, I eat salads, but like
on the
I
side.
need I need a little. That's you know what I mean. So I was so like overjoyed and so grateful and appreciative, and like it exceeded my expectations, and I didn't expect all meals to be like plant-based, and I'm so happy everybody liked them because I was like, oh damn, what if nobody likes this shit and I'm over here talking about we need vegan meals. But there were some nights where they did have like animal protein, which is good because people need that. So
Yes, and I love that they used all local natural ingredients. Like they were very big on telling us like, "Oh, we got this, from the farmers, or we got this like right off the ferry that comes over to deliver it." And I thought that was really cool because, usually when you're at sort of I wouldn't call Finca a resort, but at like a boutique or I feel like you're not really getting that local food or natural food. You're getting more of like a tourist version. So I was
hmm
so thankful that like we were really getting like very whole, natural, local, like supporting the people of the island. That felt really good to me.
it was great. Even the guy who did our tour, you could tell he's a native. And
Mhm.
the way he was just describing the history of his people, I was like, wow, that's so good. Like, we're not getting like some whitewashed, watered down version of it. We're actually getting like the real experience. So I really appreciated that too.
Me too. You could tell that they really made it so that they were very conscientious of the fact that, like, yeah, we're a hotel, but we're also here for like the people. We're also hiring people that live here. Like, we're making sure that we're supporting the community that supports us. And I think that's such a
Of
beautiful thing to
course.
find, because you don't really find it all that often, I feel like, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I think about that food. I need them to drop a cookbook, is what I need them to drop, so I can try to recreate some of the stuff that they did.
A cookbook, what was it? The cake? I think one day we had that. Oh, for your birthday. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
your birthday cake was so good.
The way that they did that, I was so shook. I said, "All right, can we get like two more of these? Like, can we have this every
Yeah,
night?"
yeah, with like the ube like frosting thing. Lord Jesus, like
I
it was
know.
so good. I
The
had
worst
to put a
part,
piece in my fridge.
I think that is the first time that everyone was like, "So can I take this? Can I take another piece like back to my room?" And I was like, "Is there more?"
Yeah, like Elizabeth, are you sure you want the whole cake? Like I know it's your birthday, but you sure you want to eat some of that cake?
It's definitely the way that like once everyone got their slice, they're looking at it like, "So what are you doing with the rest?" You could like feel all the eyes come to you, but it's really just coming to the cake.
Exactly.
Oh, that
No,
was such a
yeah.
beautiful experience. I hope she
Like, yeah,
hosts
happy birthday.
and another one. Oh man, did you end up doing the horseback riding on that tour or on that retreat? Because I know some people did.
I didn't. I didn't.
I did not either, but I heard it was so beautiful. I actually loved driving through and you saw just all the random and just horses living their best life just on the street, eating like all the leaves and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
Really, it's like the horses. That was the horses' land. That was the horses' island.
Mhm.
Like we were just visiting. We were just, which we were, but That was their
Yeah.
lands.
And that was something that I was not expecting to see just horses grazing around at all. Like that was so mind-blowing to me because you're like, wait, nobody owns these horses? They're just the horses of the land? Like that's
Yeah,
so cool. So I thought that was really beautiful
like
of you.
the protectors of the land. And yeah, I was so happy to see the horses do what they got to do. I'm like, yes, horse, do what you got to do. This is your life. This is your land. Frolic and graze.
They're probably living the best life that they could live, just on an island, on a beautiful island, might I add. Oh my gosh, that beach day was so nice too. Man, so if you
Oh my
had
gosh.
someone, I'm so sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I was just saying it was good. The beach day.
So I was gonna ask if you had someone, that you were so lucky to have traveled so young and get that experience young. What would you say to someone who was maybe like 18, 19, they've got some time and they've never traveled? Like how would you kind of help them?
I would say I'm a big planner. I like to plan. I would say do your research. Don't go straight for like the advertised things. Do your research about where you're going. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like whatever you want to do,
Mhm.
find it. Find some food places, right? And plan. I would just say do research, plan on what you want to do. I would say do something that you're kind of nervous to do. Maybe get like a tour guide or maybe somebody that's I know they have
Mhm.
people that are locals that help people who are traveling. I forget, my friend mentioned a place that she finds people, but I can send that to you later. But I would say definitely just for me personally, when I want to go somewhere, like when I was going to Puerto Rico, I wanted to do my research to see like what Puerto Rico is about, what about where I was staying, like what's the best thing to do. But I would just kind of stay away from like the Americanized stuff. Um,
Mhm.
and just try something different, try some food you've never tried before. Um, Traveling is all about kind of releasing control. Um, because airlines are unpredictable. Traffic can be unpredictable. So it's kind of like for me, traveling can help you build patience. It can help you be more resilient. And I would just say, like, find something fun that you think you want to do and then just go along with it, but also, release your expectations of things, but still be open and, of course, be safe at the same time. So I think that's what I would say to somebody that wants to travel.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice. Do you have so like if they didn't want to go alone, do you have any advice for like how to like travel with friends or like how to know if like you're kind of compatible in that aspect?
I would say if you want to travel with friends, which I've done in the past, I would say go with friends that are kind of on the same vibe as you because there have been friends I've traveled with who want like a nice place to stay. And then I've traveled with friends who are like, I don't care what the room looks like. We're not even going to be in the room anyways. So I would kind of understand what you want your trip to look like. Are you going to be in the room all the time? Do you want to relax? Are you going to do things? Because a lot of people they don't really care about their room. They're just going to be outside all the time. And depends, for example, where you're trying to go. If you're going to go to a resort, of course you want the room to look nice. But if you're going to go travel a lot of places, you might want to look into a hostel. I know they have hostels where two people could stay, or like cheap hotels in the local area, stuff like that. So I would say know who you're traveling with and what the expectations are. Because a lot of people just like to travel and be like, yeah, let's travel. But then some people want to do other things. Some people are kind of scared to do things. So I would say just have like a meeting conference. Yes, I would say definitely like um know who you're traveling with. If because in the past experiences I've traveled with like close friends of mine, but we have different expectations on what we want the room to look like. And sometimes that can impact your stay. If you're traveling on a budget, I would say, if you're traveling with other people, see what their budget is.